the process, the better. Make more juices, freeze them. Like, just get smart about the process, because if you every day you're making juice, I mean, you're gonna get sick of it, in my opinion. I mean, unless you have a lot of time on your hands, it's just not.
With this taste, and
the next one we're gonna make is a carrot, just a carrot greens, and this is very basic. And I can add ginger to this if anyone would like it. But carrot is very good for the blood. Just something about having a carrot juice, it just kind of grounds you. You know, if you feel like, I don't know, just if you feel depleted, I always recommend that clients have this. Obviously the beta carotene is the primary, the nutrient that it's most known for.
Do you scrub your vegetables? Like,
Sorry?
you use a produce cleanser or a spray or something?
You can use a produce spray. I just really scrub them. But when you put them through, you know, number one, always buy organic with juicing. It's like you cannot juice. You're gonna basically give yourself poison, like concentrated poison, if you have to use organic, because it concentrates whatever you're doing. So if you don't get organic, then you're kind of defeating the purpose of why you're juicing, number one. But with a high quality juicer, it actually takes off, like with a root vegetable like a carrot, it's basically grating everything off the outside. You don't even have to grate. Actually, this is why I wanted to show the carrots here. You don't have to put them. I always have a container like this filled to the brim with raw carrot sticks. Pretty much, like, so if I'm going to go to the trouble to get the carrots out of the fridge, cut the carrots into pieces, then I go to the trouble to take maybe 1 or 2 carrots, grate it a little bit, and go ahead and stick it into that. And I can either use that for crudité, or I can use it for my kids. I can use it. I can carry a bunch, with me if I know I'm going somewhere and I need a snack. Or I can just be lazy and use those for my juicer. I'm like, I'm not in the mood to deal with anything today.
It's funny too, because you'll notice that carrots like that don't dry out when you leave them out, and the baby carrots do.
Oh, well, and they don't dry out because if you put them in if you do put them in the the little containers of glass, and you always want to put them in glass and not plastic.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But Container Store, I think that's the place. No, Crate and Barrel. Crate and Barrel and also Williams-Sonoma, they both carry, I think, this brand of glass.
I like those glass.
Aren't they beautiful?
They have lids.
They have all different sizes, and I got them I ordered them online, but you could just go online and order them. And I got rid of all my plastic. My husband thought it was absolutely nuts. I'm like, oh, all plastic is going out. Like, I just, how you get this bit of like.
Cucumbers are just so waxed up usually. I don't know if that's raw and organic, or not raw, it's organic, regular, but just like.
But juicing takes that out anyway. Like it wouldn't allow it to get in your juice anyway. It's all filtered out. So that's what I would say about that. Okay. So for the purposes of juicing, I wouldn't worry about it. But if you're making a salad and you're kind of grossed out by the fact that, I get it.
People touching my food.
Yeah.
Fresh.
Yeah, I get that. I do. I get that. But you just have to. I think also we want to make sure especially with us it doesn't really matter. But like when if and when you do have kids, just make sure you don't get too crazy with the germ thing, because you definitely want them to develop their antibodies. Get that little tape. It's a round tape.
Sure.
It's it's in there by my desk. Okay. You can. I know this sounds like whatever, but does anyone know what alkaline tapes are? Like alkaline testing tapes?
Those little pH
straps.
I do.
Do you know what those are?
Yeah.
Do you use them?
I have in the past.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember these.
This is actually, you know what? I should have probably brought these out.
Yeah.
These are like my favorite thing in the world. You go to the bathroom on them, and you can see if you're alkaline or not, which is a really good thing. Because like sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm definitely alkaline, and I go to the bathroom and I'm like, I'm green, and I'm like good. And then other times, you don't really know where your body is. It's kind of like you don't know where your blood sugar is, and people go for years and years not knowing they're diabetic. You can go years and years not knowing you're acidic. T. Colin Campbell wrote the book about the China study, and he's the Cornell doctor who did this huge study in China. And he talks about how cancer cannot exist in a alkaline environment, and how disease can't. And a lot of medical doctors are now. Well, it used to be kind of this woo-woo kind of thing, like people really didn't take it seriously, but now real medical doctors are talking about it and writing about it in their books, like Dr. Hyman, Mark Hyman, who's very well respected. It's written about in his book. T. Colin Campbell, the China study, he's, Cornell study. And it's not to say that people who are alkaline and only drink juices aren't going to get cancer, or to say that people who eat terrible diets aren't all going to develop cancer. But it really does help if you're prone to having it in your family, or if you're very stressed out, or it's like an insurance policy, to make sure that your body's balanced and that you're eating enough vegetables. You can tell. Even if you're not juicing, you can tell, okay, I'm eating enough vegetables, or, oh gosh, I need a little help. But if you need a little help, juicing is a great way. It's just a great way to maintain a normal diet and not have to, you can have your bagel, you can have your, if you take a little strip, and if it's green, you're in a good place, and if it's yellow, you're acidic. And if it's blue, you're too alkaline, which you're not going to be blue. Raised on the juicing, because my son's in 3rd grade, he's 9, and my daughter's 6. So my daughter's a little bit more open-minded, with respect to eating, to having the juices than my son. But my son, what he will do is I do the green powder smoothies for him. So I take green powder smoothies, and they come in like a chocolate powder for kids, and then I'll add a little kale and I'll do a smoothie. My daughter will drink green juices, and I try to include it for them. But I think for kids, I think it's just important that they just eat lots of vegetables. I think the best thing to make sure they have a salad at their meal. We always try to serve like a salad. Well, we always just try to serve a salad anyway, but just getting them used to just eating that. Yeah, I'm sorry?
Yeah, you serve organic.
We serve organic, yeah. We serve organic, but, I think, I just think it balanced is the key, and I think you have every stage of a child's life, you have different issues and different, like, I think something's stuck. My son is 9, so I'm starting to have different influences on him. He's starting to have, influence of his friends. Why can't you serve real food, mommy? And what's real food, sweetheart? Well, chicken nuggets. No. But I'm just saying, like, and you got to kind of balance that out. Like, all his friends have X and X and X. So I just went to Eli's and I got the, pigs in a blanket at Eli's, and I served that, cringing, but I served it. You kind of have to. Yeah, I think that's it. Like, it's moderation. But like, if you have a 3-year-old, in my opinion, there's no reason a 3-year-old should be given candy, or there's no reason a 3-year-old should have Lay's potato chips in the house, or like, because at that point you control what you're controlling. As long as you're controlling what they're having, I personally feel like you keep it as clean as you can, like when they're babies or when they're toddlers. But when they start having an opinion and they start noticing that other people are having different things, we did the whole, my son would be like, oh, I want cookies like everybody else. And so, I would do the whole Fresh July cookies and all that stuff. And we're still there. That's what I mainly give. But, if he's at the corner deli with his friends, and once a week he wants a bag of Lay's potato chips,